can see Dr. Guy Lurie is with us, Research Fellow of Democratic Values and the Institutions Programme, and attorney as well. Let's get your sense of things at the moment and the protests we're going to start to see tonight, and how many people are deeply affected and upset by this rift between the intelligence service and the Prime Minister.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having me. It's a very concerning issue for many people in Israel, because there's this juncture of both the attempt of the government for a judicial overhaul, which is going forward these days, and this view of disregard of the government for the lives of the hostages that are held in Gaza, and renewing of the war. And so there's this very great concern with members of the public and with the opposition that the government is going forward in disregard of fundamental issues that concern them.
It's very interesting. I just want your take on, actually, when we step back from it as well, and you listen to the narrative from government and supporters of Benjamin Netanyahu, who say it would be like the equivalent of MI5 in the UK. You can't have the Prime Minister, they say, distrusting the work of the head of the intelligence service if they feel they're working against them. How do you see the government argument on this?
Well, there's a problem. I mean, of course, the government has the authority to dismiss the head of the intelligence services. But the question here is, can the government do so right now when the security services are investigating grave allegations against members in the Prime Minister's office? And there's a question of whether there is a right process that is being followed. And the Attorney General has argued that it has not been followed. There is no proper process that is being followed right now, and that there is a fear of conflict of interest of the Prime Minister. And the court seems to have seemed to at least willing to hear these arguments, and so has frozen on Friday has frozen the continuing dismissal of the head of the security services until the court can hear the arguments from both sides.
We can get the gist of what you're saying. You're occasionally having some technical problems, but I'm going to persist with a final question, because what you're saying is of import. The other point here is, if we listen to the words of the former head of the Supreme Court saying that the rift now that this is causing, risks a civil war in Israel, to what extent do you give credence to those comments?
Well, there's a great risk here because there is a constitutional crisis that is going on right now. The Prime Minister and some members of the government have said that they will not be willing to accept a court's order that will pause their dismissal of the head of the security services. And these are attempts of the government to push forward its judicial overhaul and to really transform the regime of Israel during a war while there are hostages in Gaza is a cause for grave concerns for a lot of members of the public, and could cause social strife in Israel. And that's a grave danger and a fear of many of people here in Israel.
Good to talk to you this evening. Dr. Guy Lurie, Research Fellow, Democratic Values and Institutions Programme at Georgetown University, and attorney as well. Great to have you on.
Democracy Institute, but thank you.
Thank you. France 24.